Managing a blended learning classroom or technology is just as important to establish routines and procedures. A few things that I found helpful or find valuable in doing that is, first of all, digital citizenship. I make sure that I have like mini lessons or things that I go through and explicitly teach my students the things that I expect in the classroom. I know that a lot of times we get in the habit of thinking that these students have had technology all their lives, but sometimes some of those things that they interact with, they don't understand the repercussions of them. So I talk to them about logging in and logging out and creating passwords or things that they need to be aware of when they're going to websites to make sure that they're going to safe websites. Also, when they're communicating in a digital space with their classmates or peers, how to do that correctly and appropriately, and what my expectations are and what those consequences are if they fail to follow those rules. The other thing is you have to think about transitions. Just like we think about transitions in turning in assignments or walking into the class, you want to think through that as far as technology goes. In my classroom, I have my devices and my desks numbered, and so each student knows what number they are and what device that they should be getting. Sometimes I have my classroom where I have a stack of iPads in there in the center of their tables, and they're ready there when we're ready to take them and use them, and then they put them back in that stack so that they aren't a distraction. Sometimes I make sure that I have my class set up where maybe I give them information before they even log on, because I know that they easily can get distracted. So knowing those routines of, do I want them to close their lids when I'm talking, or if you use another program like Bloxy or something to have a heads up where they can't access their computers, just so that that removes that distraction so they're not missing those, or knowing when to give that instruction so that they have what they need to complete the task without having to interrupt them a lot through class and maybe having that hard time getting their attention and wasting extra time that you wouldn't need to waste otherwise. The other thing is having those expectations of how to use the technology appropriately, whatever technology you're using, what happens when they don't follow those rules, and how to be proactive and knowing when most time they get into those programs that they shouldn't be doing is like when they're done and they don't know what to do. And so having those expectations already in place so students know what to do and how to succeed and follow those guidelines that you have established for them. And so knowing that, and I know in my class a lot of times the technology is, although it enhanced their learning and it is used so that they can go a little deeper, farther, a lot of my assignments can be done paper pencil, or I can partner them up on with a student. And so knowing that that is the case and also sticking with it. So see if they're goofing off, they're being on a game that they're not supposed to be on. I just say, okay, sorry, you lost a privilege for today. You're going to complete this on paper and do it this way, and have that ready to go so that they know that that's the expectation in class and not that they won't be able to get away with that. The last thing is just with managing is I try to set up my courses, whether it's Google Classroom or Canvas, in a way that students can easily navigate, and have it similar throughout all of my assignments and projects, so they kind of know where to find things. They know what to expect and how to get help or how to complete the assignment. So a lot of time with the assignments, I'll have video instructions, written instructions, and examples and rubrics so that they know that any of those options that they have available to them so that they can be successful in that assignment. So by having those management, just like you would have in just your traditional classroom setup, thinking through those things in a technology or blended classroom is just as vital to be successful in doing this.